Assalamualaikum. Today we are going to present about tax knowledge and compliance among sole proprietor in Malaysia. So I am Wan Fasha Nadhirah binti Wan Huzaini, CIA2005.
My name is Sahira binti Sharil, CIA160150.
And my name is Azlina binti Ajis, CIA160025.
And my name is Noor Saadiah binti Zahari with the metric number of CIA 160097.
Before we start, let me briefly explain about tax. So tax is a mandatory financial charge or some other type of rebate imposed upon taxpayer by governmental organisation in order to fund various public expenditures. A failure to pay can cause the taxpayer receive punishment by law, as tax is a compulsory payment to anyone who earns income. The purpose of this assignment to examine whether the sole proprietor in Malaysia is acknowledged about tax. For that reason, we had interviewed a sole proprietor about his tax knowledge and compliance. The sole proprietor is Encik Aizudin bin Muhammad Ajis, who is living in Klang. He is 26 years old and married. Encik Aizudin has tried many business before, but not all of the business succeed. Currently, he manages a business that mainly focuses on cleaning services. He also has another business which focuses on electrical, since he previously studied in electrical course. According to Encik Aizudin, he has established his business since 2012, so it has been 6 years now. When he was asked whether he knows that his income is taxable, his answer was he knew that everyone who earns income source in this country is taxable. In his opinion, anyone who just started their business usually does not aware about tax compliance. Once the sole proprietor registered for income tax, the business is automatically linked to Goods and Services Tax (GST).
Yes, he said he does know the purpose of government collecting tax. He said that tax is one of the source of income of a government. The purpose of government collecting tax is first to cover the country's debt that has been accumulating and increasing in the recent years. Furthermore, by collecting tax, it helps as a way for the government to supply subsidy to the citizens of Malaysia. Encik Aizudin agreed that filing the tax is compulsory. This is because it is easier for the IRB or the Inland Revenue Board of Malaysia to check the tax calculation of a company. This is because companies usually do the tax evasion to avoid tax. Therefore, filing the tax need to be compulsory so that the tax returns submitted by the company are correct. Encik Aizudin said he already filed his tax for his business income this year. As we all know, we can file tax on our own or hire an agent to do it for us. Encik Aizudin said he has no problem in filing the tax. This is because he already hired an agent to do it in his behalf. And what he can do to help his agent is to do his work is by compiling the document needed to file the tax return.
Encik Aizudin aware that non-compliant taxpayers can be imprisoned if found guilty if evading tax. If one's engaged in non-compliance activities, for example, fines, penalties, or even imprisonment that might be charged to a tax evader if they are detected. Most of the cases happen is that these non-compliance taxpayers are charged for penalties and they are willing to pay the penalties or fine rather than paying the tax because they are not worried that they have much more profits and gains in their hands. But on his opinion, the tax evader must be imprisoned as it is unfair to the other taxpayers' compliance. He had listed some components of deduction that can be claimed, such as zakat, donation to schools, and also donation to government. In real situation, he gives an example of one of the famous businessmen in Malaysia, Dato' Ali Shukri, which recently he built a palace which is considered an asset. So this asset can be deducted in the tax payment. Encik Azlina said that many of the businessmen or sole proprietor will buy as many assets as they can to avoid this tax, which means it's not to avoid totally, but it is to have some deduction in their tax payment. For this while, he doesn't have any problem to maintain relevant records for the whole year, as he has guidance from the tax agency. But many of his friends facing problems to sustain all applicable records because of this uncompleted documentation. Therefore, Encik Azlina had highlighted the proper documentation is the most important part in filing tax and avoid any arises problem in the future.
Mr. Azlina said that the rules are clear and he understands most of them, except about the tax and GST. He doesn't really mind about the elements, but he said that it is slightly inconvenient for his company, as it made it hard for his company to calculate the price for the services, because his company is based on giving out service, and it will affect his revenue, and not only his revenue, the cost for the expenditure will be affected too. If the rules related to the GST is clear, it will make his life more easier. In the interview, he said that the government should either lower the GST rate or the income tax rate, so that people will have more money for their personal usage. Now that they have to pay their income tax and the GST from their purchases. For example, a seller has to include GST and tax in his product so that he can pay the government. The GST or the tax does not really give any benefits to him. It's more like for him to pay the government. So if he doesn't include GST in the price, he can't really pay the government. This leads to the second point, which is the government should give and show the benefits to the taxpayer from all level of income, besides highlighting that the tax is helping to reduce the debt of the country. They want more benefits to them personally, that is for not only the lower level of income, but to all of the levels, from the high levels of income and the middle and the lowest income level. For this question, he mentioned the same answer from the previous question, which the government should show and improve the tax compliance first, then the public will accept the tax payment. For example, a scenario where a seller has to pay for income tax when he or she is just a seller for the company. Another example is that a person with an income of 5,000 ringgit with 1 kid and another person with 10,000 ringgit income with 5 kids. Of course, it will only benefit the person with 5,000 ringgit income, as the person does not really have that much of investment. This is one of the reasons why Malaysians don't feel like paying the tax. So the government should be fair about the tax payment. Yes, there are a lot of subsidies that has been given by the government, but most of them are for the lowest level of income, but not for the middle and the highest level of income. So for those two levels of income, they don't really like to pay for tax because they feel like they don't really get the benefits out of it. In conclusion, from this interview, we now know that the taxpayer are not actually quite happy of the tax payment that they have to make every year. This is because they don't really get the benefits out of the payment that they made for the company, and therefore the government should have set, maybe the government should have set some rate for the taxpayer based on their reimbursement of the income that they have. This will maybe make them feel more happy about paying the tax.